I've literally just been told that we're booked into a big woodworking crafting market this coming weekend. So I need to build a range of smalls that sell fast, and I need to do it quickly. Today I'm going to build 4 products to take to the market that even a beginner could build. At the end of the video, I'm going to show some really good variations on these. So if you're into selling products, you want to stick around to the end, don't want to miss them. So this is another rustic piece. It's going to be sanded down, bashed around a little bit, take the edges off, make it look a bit worn, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to look roughly where I want it and make sure that I then draw a line with my square, and then I'll continue that line right the way across. And I'll just go slightly over the line, but I want to know where I'm going to drill my holes from behind to mount the shelf. Future me, if you're enjoying the video, please hit the like button. It pushes the video out to a much wider audience and really helps the channel. Cheers. And then from the back, I'm just going to countersink. So I've already pre-stained this with Furniture Clinic pre-stained wood conditioner. It's lifted the grain a little, now it's dried. I'm just going to give it a quick. Where I am at the moment in the UK, Rustic's all the rage. So it's all dried up, it's been pre-stained and stained. I'm just going to take some of the edges off now with a bit of sandpaper. This base is 250mm across. I'm putting 4 hooks on, so I need to divide 250 by 5, because that's how many spaces there'll be. So we can go in 5s. What's that one? And there we have it, a really quick and easy first product. It took about 15 minutes tops to build, not including drying times for the finishes, but it cost me about 60 pence in hooks, and if we say 20 to 30 pence in finishes and screws and whatnot, you're talking under £1, and I'm going to be selling that at £15 at the event. On Etsy, those equivalent things are going for about £23, £24, but it's still a bargain for people. So on to product number 2. It's another 15-minute build, super easy. It's a piece of pallet wood, a piece of 6x1, and this is going to retail around £25. By not cutting all the way through, we can safely cut the next bit off. It'd be a bit awkward without that. So there we are, less than 5 minutes. In fact, probably around 3 minutes, and it took me a minute to put the thicknesser up. 2 quick passes on one side, just to clean off the dirt, and 1 pass on the other side, just to get it nice and flat, and we're away. So I'm going to give it a quick sand with some rough sandpaper. It's going to be painted, this part. I'm going to sand out the support, and then we'll work on the top. So this is more sanding, so you don't need to see this. I'll get it finished up and then come back when it's done. I'm going to start preparing the top part. So while we wait for the filler to dry, I'm going to give this a quick sand down to 240, tidy up the ends, and then we can get some finish on this. Okay, so everything's dried now. So I'm going to mark up where I want to drill for the supports, and then we can fix the top. So I'm coming in 2 inches, 50 mil. I'm just going to line down there, 50 mil. In the middle of those lines, like that. So we get some screws in the back. I'll get these fixed on, and then when we come back, we'll fix the top. Got a 2-inch overhang both sides, and I'm gonna put 1 screw just in the middle of the support, just to keep it in place, and I'm actually gonna glue it as well. So we need to measure from the edge of there to the middle of here. So that's 4 1/4 inches. I want that around about 2 1/2 inches in. So 4 1/4 by 2 1/2. So the plug cutting set, it's just a pre-drilled hole, and it bores a hole the same size as the corresponding plug cutter. I'm going to use this on the top to attach it to the base of this coat hook, just to hide the fact that it's got screws in it. So with it all lined up, I'm now going to pre-drill through. I've created by hand some little bugs. I just put them in the drill and shaped them, and they're going to hide and maybe give a little accent to the mounting of it on the wall. So on to the next product. You might be able to see that I've already marked out the shape that I want. I'm going to quickly cut that on the jigsaw, and then I'm going to use the spindle sander and the belt sander just to refine the shapes. If you haven't got them, you can do this with a hand sander, no problem at all. Another Rustic product. I need it to be quick, I need it to be easy. I've got 40 to 60 products that I need to prepare for Saturday, which gives me 3.5 days. This fits the bill perfectly. It was pre-thicknessed for another project that's already finished, and these were just offcuts. I've got 4 or 5 pieces like this. So this is ready for the next stage. I'm going to put some decoration on it, then we'll fit the furniture, and that's a quick project to be done. This one probably only takes 10 minutes other than the time to put in the decoration on. I'll be right back. Right, the engraving's finished. I'm going to give it a quick sand just to get rid of any pencil marks. I'm going to put a clear lacquer on to seal it. Then I'm going to spray a fine coat of black matte. So after blowing it out with some air, it's come up really nice. I'm going to put a dark walnut stain on this, the Morel's walnut, and fit the hardware. Drill a couple of holes, ready for it to be hung. That's it. I've changed my mind. I think the walnut stain might take away from the writing, so I'm going to just put some Danish oil on, I think. Just let that dry. I might put a poly on it quickly just to seal it. That's another one done. They're really quick builds, these. So the wall behind me is getting quite busy. 3 really good products that should sell quite well, I'm hoping, at the markets. There's going to be variations at the end, don't forget, and also one other product that I'm going to showcase today. So you're going to actually get 5, but it's something that I've created on the channel before. So for the last product, I'm going to use these 2 bits of offcut of oak. And this old offcut, I don't even know where it come from. I just found it in the scrap pile. So I'm going to make something out of this that's very quick, very easy. So I want this to be about 8 inches long. It wants to be 3.5 inches wide, so we need to set the table saw up for that. So when I set the table saw up, I'm going to need to rip this down the centre, so I'm just measuring up to see where I need to cut. It's 68 mils, so 34 on the centre. Okay, just a quick build then. So it's 203 millimeters long. These are 19 millimeters wide. So we're going to take the 38 and add it to the 203, which is 241. So we need to cut these lengths at 241. So what I'll do now is I'll just sort the ends out on the belt sander, flatten the bottom a little bit. We might put some flocking on the bottom and it'll be good to go. I'll just apply my normal go-to. There we go, another really quick product to make. As to cost, it was on the scrap pile, so no real value in the wood. Obviously I could make money out of it, but in this case it was just scrap. About 60 pence on the flocking, and that's it. I'm going to be charging £10 for this one. Onto some other variations. So you may have seen this, if you've seen some of my videos before, you may have seen this. This is the routed version of a vanity tray. So that's going to be up for, I think, around £15. I'm going to be making about 6 to 8 of these mobile phone tablet holders in oak. So I'm hoping that they're going to sell quite well, and they'll be going for around £10 to £12. And I'm going to do a full set of the coasters, and they'll probably go for about £12 as well. Another version of the beer holder, or the beer bottle opener. I didn't paint this one, so you can see the difference, and this one's had a stain on it. So that's a variation of that, but just went for the same shape. If you've seen one of my other videos, again, you might have seen me doing the risers. These are really popular, and I've sold quite a few of these. This is the first one I've done. You'll have to excuse the dust. This room is really dusty again at the moment. This is the first one I've done in that walnut stain, and it's had a coat of beeswax, and it's so smooth and tactile. It's come up lovely. And these are a different style feet to the ones in the video. Again, I'll link that video in the description below. I've just gone for a wider, shallower foot on them, and I think they come up lovely. And another version on that is if you've got a laser, I do it with the laser and just put several different sayings and slogans on. But I say they have been really popular. A different version of the key hooks is an oak one that I've done again with the laser, just another 4-hook one. And the oak again, I just used the offcuts, so it costs me nothing for the actual materials other than the hooks. And I say £15 for them all day long, and they go really well. So these are another good seller for us, the pine signs. This one's Grumpy's Workshop, but we do Gran's Garden, and there's several other things as well that we do. You can make them up as you wish. I normally put the keyhole style holders, one either side, so that they can hang them on a couple of screws. This one's been oiled, but it's yet to be yacht varnished, and it'll get 2 coats of that. And I sell these at £18, and they're a good seller. So as you can see, I've already got quite a few done. I'm going to be doing a lot more of them, and I'm going to be using different finishes for some variation. I'm going to be taking the plant holders because they've been really well received, and I've already got a few orders for those. The only piece of wood that wasn't scrap or offcuts was the 6x1. So all of this was just wood that was laying around the workshop, and it had no potential other than finding a product to make with it like these. If you've got a big scrap pile, you're sitting on a pile of money. And at markets especially, the rustic look is going down really, really well. So you don't even have to spend ages finishing a lot of these products. They are looking for rustic type products. As I mentioned, I'll link all the videos in the description below for the products that I haven't covered specifically in this video, but that I've mentioned at the end here. If you'd like to support the channel, please hit the like button. That helps massively promote the video, which really helps us out. There's also a link in the description to my Buy Me a Coffee page. All of the proceeds from that go back into the channel so that I can buy material to make future products and future videos. Thank you. Just about here, I'll put a link to the playlist for all of my products that I've done so far to date.